Today's session we will be covering about venous drainage of lower limb. Before going into the topic, please do subscribe my channel for more videos. So let's get into the topic. The venous drainage of lower limb is divided into three categories. That is the superficial venous system, perforating venous system, and the deep venous system. The perforating venous system is going to connect the superficial venous system and deep venous system. If we are going to look this in a diagram, the outermost region is the skin, lying deep to skin is the superficial fascia, and lying more deep to the skin is the deep fascia. Now, the superficial venous system is present on the superficial fascia. The deep venous system is present deeper to deep fascia. Now, connecting these two systems is a perforating system. You should know 2 points about the perforating system. Those are, the first point is, the perforating system is going to pierce the deep fascia of entire lower limb to connect the deep venous system. And the second point is, the perforated system is having valves. These valves are very essential. If these valves are absent, these valves are mainly essential for unidirectional movement of blood flow. If these valves are absent, you are going to see the blood moves from deep to superficial. Now there will be a blood accumulation in the superficial veins, and it is going to lead to a condition known as engorgement of superficial veins or varicose veins. So friends, what you should remember, the 2 points about the perforating system is, it is going to pierce the deep fascia and it is having a valves. These valves are essential for unidirectional movement, that is from superficial to deep. If these are absent, the blood flows from deep to superficial and there will be a chance of clinical significance. So let's look into each and individual system very clearly. The superficial venous system is mainly consisting of two veins, that is greater saphenous vein and smaller saphenous vein. The course of these two veins are very important clinically. So let's look. To know the course, you should know two things: from where it is originating and from where it is going to end. If you know these 2 points, you are going to mix these 2 points and the course is automatically we are going to get. Once we are going to look in the diagram, we are having 5 digits. What are those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Name them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. From the 5 digits, there are 5 veins that are arising. These are known as the 5 digital veins. These 5 digital veins are further going to continue as the 5 metatarsal veins. Now say they are continued as the metatarsal veins. Now these metatarsal to form a venous arc. This is known as a dorsal venous arc as it is present in the dorsum of foot. If it is present in the plantar side, it is known as the plantar arc of foot. Now from the medial side of a dorsal venous arc is the arrangement of a greater saphenous vein. From the lateral side is the arrangement of a smaller saphenous vein. To know the course, I have already said you should know 2 things. The first thing is from where is it arising, and the second thing is where it is going to end. To know that, draw a small diagram. It is a rough diagram to represent. It is a thigh, it is a leg, it is a foot. It is the dorsal venous arc. The greater saphenous vein is going to arise from the medial side of a dorsal venous arc, and it is going to end at the greater saphenous opening, which is present in the deep fascia of a femoral triangle. Now connect these 2 points. Completed the course. The course is nothing but it is going to move on the medial side of a foot, and it is going to pass in front of a medial malleolus, and it is going to pass in the medial side of a leg and medial side of a thigh to open into the apex of a femoral triangle where the greater saphenous opening is present, piercing the deep fascia. So the next is the course of a small saphenous vein. Where is it starting? It is starting from the lateral side of a dorsal venous arc. From the lateral side of a dorsal venous arc, it is going to end at the popliteal vein. Where is popliteal vein present? It is present in the popliteal fossa. Where is popliteal fossa present? It is present in the posterior region of knee. So if it should open into the posterior region of knee, it should travel posterior to lateral malleolus and posterior to the leg and then posteriorly to the knee. So friends, what is the course? It is going to travel posteriorly, which is indicated by the line dots. Posterior of a leg, posterior to the knee, and there into the finally popliteal vein. The constant position of greater saphenous vein in front of medial malleolus is used as a clinical significance for emergency IV transfusions. So let's get into the next topic, that is perforator system. Before going into the perforator system, we should see first about the deep venous system. The deep venous system is nothing but the venous system that is accompanying the deep arteries. Tell me, what are the deep arteries? Tell along with me. It is anterior tibial artery, posterior tibial artery, peroneal artery, popliteal artery, femoral artery. Accompanying these arteries, there is a venous system is known as the deep venous system. Anterior popliteal vein, posterior popliteal vein, anterior tibial vein, posterior tibial vein, peroneal vein, popliteal vein, and femoral vein. Now it is essential how these veins are formed. I have already said there are two venous arcs. The dorsum of foot is having dorsal venous arc. The plantar side of foot is having plantar venous arc. This is the medial side, this is the lateral side. Medial side and lateral side. You are going to see from the medial side of plantar arc, there is a starting of posterior tibial vein. From the lateral side, the peroneal vein is going to arise. This peroneal vein is going to open into the popliteal vein. The popliteal vein is formed by union of anterior and posterior tibial vein. The anterior tibial vein is formed from medial side of dorsal venous arc. Now, say with me, the anterior tibial vein and posterior tibial vein are going to form the popliteal vein. From the lateral side of plantar arc, there is an arise of fibular vein or peroneal vein, which is going to open into the popliteal vein. This popliteal vein at the adductor hiatus is going to continue as the femoral vein. So friends, how this deep venous system is arise? It is having two arches. One is the dorsal venous arc and another is the plantar venous arc. The plantar venous arc, the medial side is giving the posterior tibial vein. From the medial side of dorsal venous arc, there is a arise of anterior tibial vein. Both are going to combine to form the common peroneal vein. From the lateral side, the peroneal vein is going to occur. This peroneal vein is going to open into the popliteal vein, which is formed by the fusion of anterior and posterior tibial veins. Now this popliteal vein is going to continue and form the femoral vein at the junction of adductor hiatus. So friends, now the deep venous system is being completed, and the last session today about the perforator system. You should know about two perforators mainly. The perforator that is present at the hiatus, adductor hiatus, that is going to connect the greater saphenous vein with the femoral vein. And the other hiatus is the other perforator is the perforator of knee. It is going to connect the posterior tibial vein with the greater saphenous vein. So friends, the topic is being completed. So I will once summarize up this topic for you. You are going to see three systems, that is the superficial, perforator and deep. You are going to see how each and everything is organized. The superficial system is consisting of greater and smaller saphenous vein. Greater saphenous vein is going to arise from the medial side of a dorsal venous arc, and the smaller saphenous vein is going to arise from a lateral side of a dorsal venous arc, and greater saphenous vein is going to open into the greater saphenous opening, which is present in the deep fascia of a femoral triangle. That means it should travel towards the medial side, and smaller saphenous vein is going to open into the popliteal vein. That means it should travel through in the posterior region of a leg, and it should open into the posterior region of knee. And the perforators are two: adductor perforator and a perforator of a knee. The adductor perforator is going to connect the greater saphenous vein with the tibial vein, and the perforator of a knee is going to connect the posterior tibial vein with the greater saphenous vein. And the deep venous system is consisting of, from the dorsal venous arc, you are going to see the medial side is giving anterior tibial vein. From the plantar venous arc, the medial side is giving the posterior tibial vein. These two veins are going to arrange and going to form the popliteal vein. And from the lateral side of a plantar venous arc, you are going to see the coming of the peroneal vein. This peroneal vein is going to form in the popliteal vein. This popliteal vein is going to continue as the femoral vein. The femoral vein is going to continue as the external iliac vein. And this is all about the venous system you should know. Thank you for watching this video.